Hi Scorpio, welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Scorpio, I literally forgot about you. I'm not gonna lie. Uh, Long story short, I forgot about you, and I was like, "What is? There's something that doesn't add up here." Like where? And then I was like, "Scorpio, I missed you. I skipped. I skipped one, and I don't know why. Maybe because this is such a new energy today. So I don't think there's any coincidences. I don't think, it's just really beautiful. You're the only sign that I'm doing today. So it's all the focus on you. We have the uh, first date of autumn in the northern hemisphere, and we have the first date of spring in the southern hemisphere. So there's some very like new energy, new vibe around it. So I'll give you that. It was just because I wanted you to have such a new good vibe. Not, but let's say that I did. I have been on vacation for about 2 weeks, and I started to do the readings again last week, and I'm so super psyched to be back. I'm in my right element is what I feel. So I hope that you feel that too. Yeah, I'm using your basis, like your awakening path, as a basis for the reading, as I believe that we're all in one shape or form, somehow, some way, we're waking up to our own truth, to our full potential, and I'm using that as a basis for your reading. But other than that, on top of that, let's see what is going on for you, Scorpio. I'm using the Fairy Tarot Chords by Doreen Virtue. You might want to fast forward this. I'm waiting for 2 cards to jump out. You got a bit more. You got 3. So is that for 1? Okay, wow. We have 2 princesses and a 3. This is really beautiful. So I'll do that there then. And then for the other one, again 3. So usually I do 4. Aren't you special? This is for making up for there's something really cool going on here, because we have 2 princesses on the first basis, and then we have 2 tens on the second one, also with the king here and the number 14, which is absolutely adorable. There's a lot of summation. Can you say that? Like with the number 1 here, starting over, starting fresh, the first date of the month, and then number 9, which is September, which is all about a completion, all about something coming to an end. But yeah, I usually have 2 cards as a basis, as a general feel what's going on for you, and then I usually sort of clarify. But it's like we're getting the basis and the clarifiers all at once. So the fact that we have 2 princesses, if it just talks about the beginning stages, and we have the princess of spring with the first of the fall or first of the spring. So it's a lot of new energy here, starting fresh, starting new, finding out something new about yourself, finding out something new about the world. Really creative energy, really fun loving energy. And they're both Scorpio. We're in a season now where we're coming into a full moon, and I think in some parts, is this full moon stemming between, maybe it's not, maybe it doesn't actually reach the 3rd. So depending on where you live across the world, the full moon can happen the 1st or 2nd or the 3rd, but it might actually not become the 3rd. It might just be between the 1st and the 2nd of September. I've been feeling this full moon since, I don't know, 4 days back or something. And just not last night. It was still a bit of a hassle to fall asleep, and still a bit of a so-and-so to stay asleep. I was up for a whole hour between 3 and 4 last night. I am a bit tired today, and I was already a bit tired yesterday, so I was so sure I was going to sort of sleep it through like a baby last night, but I didn't. So I feel an impact. Usually I feel a strong impact around the new moon. The full moon hasn't really done it for me for a couple of years now. But this full moon in Pisces coming up, it's something else. So the vibration of it, the energy of it is, it is a really powerful, is what I feel. Maybe you guys have picked that up as well. Maybe that explains some of your emotional sides to you, some of the energy that is like it's digging deep. It gets you to be emotional, and it gets you to also be alert, like stay up later, stuff like that. Maybe you pick that up, and you know then that nothing is wrong. It's just a full moon in full action. But being the Scorpio that you are, together with the Pisces full moon, we're going deep. So Princess of, I know it reverses the images, Princess of Spring and Princess of Winter. And they're both so in their element, is what I'm getting. They're both so in their element. I'm always getting Marilyn Monroe, because she looks like Marilyn Monroe a tiny bit. She's just super happy. She's super fun. She has all these butterflies around her. She is a butterfly herself, and the transformation is just mind-blowing. There's a new foundation here within yourself. We have a red border for the card, but the whole of you is dressed in red, sort of borderlining, like we have orange wings. So there's, like I said, so much creativity and fun and joy, and probably your sexualities, maybe not your sexuality, but your sex drive might be a bit heightened around this time. And Princess of Winter, this is like there's a strong Leo connection here somehow, some way. Maybe you have that in your chart. Maybe you're dealing with a Leo somehow, some way. This gorgeous cat, and you in your now purple dress. Here we have the red dress, and here we have the purple dress. Both princes. It's not gender specific though. They're both so freaking creative, and they're so knowing of themselves. I just feel like these two princesses, they know who they are, and they're taking no bull crap from anybody. They're on this new path, and even though they might not know like exactly where they're going, they have a clear compass. Like the inner clock or the inner direction is starting to become pretty clear. And then this Three of Autumn, which I just adore. It's it's a very magical feeling. It's like the magician feeling, and it's like you're trying to figure out. It's like, okay, so now I got all this energy, I got all this information, and I'm starting to really become like, I don't know, rebuilding yourself. We have a lot of new energy here. So it's like, on the bottom it says follow your passion when it comes to your career. Be the best at what you can do. And it's like you sort of don't even have a choice now. It's like you've come into this gorgeous energy where you're so new within yourself. It can be a tiny bit like, what do I, like, I have all this energy, what do I do with it? Where do I put it? Trust that inner compass. Do you say compass in English? Compass? Because we say compass. Compass. Which sounds like a kompis, which is friend in Swedish. Follow your inner friend. It's really nice. Follow your inner friend. Your inner friend knows is just looking out for you, wants the best for you, knows where you want to go. So trust that inner intuition, trust that inner voice, inner guidance. And it's like you're testing out what once maybe looked a bit bland, looked a bit dull. And you're, there's no, like, Scorpio, I'm not gonna lie, you look a bit dull yourself. Maybe choose a bit more colorful clothing. You're like, oh, did the Marilyn Monroe thing there. I need to tone it down a bit. But it's like you're trying your magic. All of this to me is like you're trying your magic through your hands. You're trying to see where you now can place all of this newfound energy that you have. And like I said, we have number one, the 1st of September, and then September is all about, so number 1 is all about new beginnings, and number 9 is all about endings. And if we combine those, we have a completion. So it's strong endings, strong new beginnings, and there's a wrapping up. Like there's something about coming full circle. You've ended a cycle, you're stepping into the new. And for some reason you get 4 cards on the second basis of you, and there we have 2 number 10s, guys. So strong completion. So if you feel like you're lingering in some place, like if you're at some job, or even in a relationship, or some health regime that you're doing that sort of isn't working for you, it has sort of run its course, whether it's a job or relationship or something you're doing with your body, it has run its course. You're gonna feel it. Like if you're sort of refusing a tiny bit to get out of a job that doesn't serve you anymore, if you know it in the heart of hearts that this relationship really has run its course, but you're doing something very, I don't know, it might not be detrimental to all, but some choices around your body, health choices or substance choices or whatever, and the body's just not having any of it anymore, you're gonna feel it. Like the body's gonna let you know, the relationship is gonna let you know, and the work is gonna let you know, which means it probably just increases feeling not good. So this is sort of an indication to move on before it has to be ugly. Like, why do we always have to sort of drive our head through the wall because we say, okay, I shouldn't be at this work anymore, I think I got a sign. Yeah, you've been getting that sign for a gazillion years, but it starts as a whisper. It starts as a whisper, and that whisper really can have like the most clear message if you listen. If you put your ear to the ground, that whisper is not a whisper. That whisper is like loud and clear. It's so interesting because I just watched this series on Apple. I haven't seen anything in a while because I haven't had the time, literally. I strongly recommend, and it's funny now when I think about it, because it's a show by Sarah Bareilles, and in my mind she can't do no wrong. Sarah Bareilles to me is like my BFF. When it comes to music, she's just so authentic and real and true and honest. And music to me just shifts things. It's like the healing of all healings, the raising of the vibration. There's no faster way to raise the vibration than listening to a good piece of music, not the bad stuff. And they've just made this show. It's called Little Voice. It's on Apple TV Plus. So Little Voice, which I think the theme song now, I can't remember it fully, but go check it out. Strongly, strongly recommend it. Just because of the music in it is ridiculous. There's something about sometimes that little voice has the loudest message or something like that. And you know, when they're singing, the music is good and the lyrics hits home, it's like, oh, that's so clever. Like it really does it for me. And then it's really good, really good. I'm happy to find something authentic out there in everything. Why did I start to say that? Yeah, listen to your thinking, listen to your intuition, listen to that inner voice. And like I said, you don't have to drive your head through the wall and say you got a sign that you should quit your job, or this is a sign to leave this relationship, or this is a sign to maybe stop doing whatever it is that you're doing that is a bit detrimental to your body. There's the whisper all the time. There's a chance in every breath, in every next moment, to follow whatever feels the best to you, right? So we're completing something. And I just have the feeling that you want to go along with it. Not to scare you, it will just become easier. Go along with it. Go along with this shift. So we have two number 10. We have 10 of summer and 10 of winter. And and here it comes again. So this message, the only thing I can say here is that there's going to be messages within the messages. Okay? Messages within the messages. I'll explain something to you so that you understand. It's not just... So I think that I'm sitting here talking about something in general, but it's going to be something that is like very specific for you. And that it's also like a continuation of when something, when a sign comes in. It's not too much fun to look at this while I talk, but just so you know what cards I have here. Signs, the way that signs are building, the way that signs are coming into your life is not just going to be one sign and that's it. The signs are sort of building on top of each other. That's why the reoccurrence of a butterfly, or the reoccurrence of a feather, or the reoccurrence about a key, or something that you pick up along the lines, like you start somewhere and then it builds into the actual manifestation. And that's the fun of it. That's the fun part, right? So just to explain something, yesterday I did a reading for I did Sagittarius and Capricorn, and I can't remember now which one it was. So it was either of those two. And I think that was like just 2 or 3 minutes in, there was an actual knock on the window. It was like somebody really threw a rock on the, like what you see in movies, like, because I haven't had that anywhere, that somebody is sort of outside throwing rocks at my window. It was a really loud, that it was like, that it made me pause the video, and I like got up and to see if somebody was there. So it wasn't just in my head. I mean, those things can happen as well, but I think it got picked up even on the video. Today, I'm watching this little interview with the cast of this Little Voice. The cast of Little Voice, I think it was on YouTube. And then Sarah Bareilles says, and I have already forgot what it was, but it was like, she said something, knock on the window. And I just, what? It immediately took me back to the knock on the window. It felt like a knock on the window. And whatever she said there was something for me personally, like that was like okay, I need to listen to this. So it's like, you think that you're sitting here just doing a reading for Capricorn or Sagittarius, and there's like a knock on the window, or there's something being thrown at the window. And the day after, I listen to something else. I think they have nothing in common. Sarah Bareilles, who I just adore, is saying something around the lines of something, and a knock on the window, which goes, okay, so somebody is trying to tell me something here. There's a message coming in. And so I just want to say that to make it clear that what does a message within the message mean? Well, it means that you can in general talk about something to then realize, oh my God, you were saying something to yourself, or it becomes clear what it was that you were saying to somebody else. Or it's a message that just keeps building. It's a message within the message, yes, and it keeps repeating, it keeps building. That's what I feel is happening now with this huge completion that's going on. There's such newness and new creativity around you, and there's going to be constantly new. If you pay attention, like my mind is wired that way these days because I think it's so fun. So when she says something and then knock on a window, I immediately is being transferred back to the knock on the window. I don't have to like, it's not like I listen to that and don't remember that. And it's not like I don't pick that up as it's not a coincidence. It's a real message. And so my brain is wired that way. But if your brain is not, start to set the intention that you want to make, like, I want to hear the signs more clearly. I want to pay attention to the guidance that's being given at any given moment, right? So with this 10 of summer and 10 of winter, big, huge completion. We're moving forward. I think So this 10 of Summer is talking about the emotional fulfillment, how you're entering into something, and literally it sort of doesn't even matter what you're in. Like, it really matters what you're in if it's not emotionally fulfilling, but it doesn't matter at all what it is that you're doing if it is emotionally fulfilling, if you know what I mean. Like, it doesn't matter if you're changing, I don't even know what to come up with, but whatever you have for work, if that is emotionally fulfilling for you, keep doing it. But if it's emotionally unfulfilling, stop. So this card, the 10 of Summer, comes out with a promise of an emotionally fulfilling life. And the boat is moving forward. Like, we're seeing a change here now. With the King of Winter, which is the highest possible energy around a person. So, and this I feel like is you. It's like you've been born again, or you're entering into this very new place with much new wisdom with this white owl. And this white owl has come out quite a few times as well. And when it keeps repeating like that, I think it's for the collective. It's like an overall message for the collective. So there's a lot of people going through the same thing right now. You're gathering a lot of information. You're having like super vision, super intuition. And then we have this balance card. I mean, 14, if you heard me talk before, you know that this 14, it sort of has grown on me. It started somewhere just as a 14 card, as a balance number. It says 14 up here, balance. There's the Leo connection again. We have a lion here. It's a bit of a morbid picture, because the lion is spitting blood into a cup. So there's more emotional fulfillment here. It's love coming in. And if that is your soul tribe or romantic partner or new friends or new coworkers, however this is sort of playing out in your life, because it's a general reading, so take it however it resonates with you. But this 14 has become, like, 12 is all about the masculine, 13 is all about the divine feminine, and 14 is my next step. This is not the unique frequency, so this is my truth. 14 has just over this past 6 months, or over this past year, it has grown into the most gorgeous, generous, empathic, real, just beautiful number. It's so silly that a number can be that beautiful, but it's a representation of it. There's some emotional fulfillment, emotional fulfilling life that you're stepping into that is probably something you didn't get the chance to live before. That is going to be very authentic and very real, trustworthy, just authentic and sweet. The kindest number in the deck. Okay, so I'm going to actually just have some final advice for you here, guys, and then I'm going to move into the extended and look deeper into all of the things that you seem to be up to. And at the very end of that, I'm gonna end with like a visual exercise, a visual / meditative exercise, where all the information that's being thrown at you, we're sort of integrating that on an energy level. So wherever there might be a little blockage or whatever, you know, that you feel like you need to open up to more, we're going to go into that. Just a 5 or 10 minute little exercise. Nothing big. There's first the extension, the normal extension. So if you're not into that, yeah, I got in some comments about how somebody couldn't meditate, and I was like, if you can breathe and if you can think, you can follow this. And like I said to everybody, I think you can handle both. Then come to the extended. But let's give you some final advice here. Final advice, Scorpio. The main thing here is that you're starting something brand new. There's wrapping up. There's completing a whole cycle. Twice, for some reason. Major completion, ending a cycle, major new beginning. Princess and princess with the number 1, the first. So I guess it's perfect that we did this today, because yesterday was 31, the 31st of the number 8, which is completely different energy. The Chariot. Yeah, and these are not bees, but for some reason I've seen this as bees lately, and these are mosquitoes. So the chariot comes in with, the chariot is just beautiful. It's just onwards movement, happy movement forward. Please focus. Here's the wagon, and these are two mosquitoes, but they sort of look, at first glance, they look at like bees. And the bee to me is all about good news. Like you can expect good news to come in, and you sort of can't be in this type of energy. Like when people talk about, oh, you're going to hear something really good, or good things are going to start to happen. Why? Why is that? Is because you've shifted. You're attracting this. You're resonating with things now that you haven't in the past. You're this new version of yourself. You're the one laying new foundations. You're the one shifting. You're the one becoming this really cool powerhouse. So of course, trying your new magic. So of course you're gonna start to see evidence of that. You can't feel really emotionally fulfilled or really like you're on a new path without attracting emotionally fulfilling experiences and feeling really happy about what you're starting to see in your external life, because it's going to be a match to the internal life. So you have all the power, which when it goes bad, it sucks, and it goes well, it's really beautiful. But it's beautiful for all, because it just means that you're in the driver's seat. You're telling, this is so, yeah, it turned out really well there for me. You're in the driver's seat. These are bees for this reading, telling me that there's good news coming in. But why is it? Because you're telling the good news to come in. You're in complete control of whatever is going to turn up in your life. So that's just really beautiful. And then we have number 7. 7 is all about some sort of completion again, but it's not like a completion that you move away from. This is a completion of, I know I always bring up my cake, but you put the ingredients together, you put the cake in the oven, and you wait for the cake to finish, to blossom, to taste really yummy, and the waiting game is over, and you take it out, and now it's time to eat your cake. That's number 7. So it's time to reap the rewards. 7 also is knowing that the divine is with you. The angels are with you. Okay? I'm going to move on over into the extended with the meditation. So if you feel interested in that, then the link is in the description box down below. If not, thank you so much for watching. I want to take one moment to say thank you so much for the donations that are coming in, even how small they are, even how really, really small they are. There's and I don't know which sign you belong to, or like, I would want to thank you personally for each and every one that has sent something. But there's some of you guys that are being really creative, figuring out, because it's not Swedish, so when it turns up in Swedish for me, krona, Swedish krona, it is in alignment. It's like it's either 111 or 1111 or 777 or 8888 or something like that. It's like so beautiful. So thank you so much for taking your time. I really appreciate it. So take care, Scorpio. Sorry for forgetting you. Of course not. Of course, I was just guided to bring you into this new beautiful energy that starts today. And happy full moon, everybody. I think it's a game changer. There's a shift here. Okay, take care.